Well, what's key for her message today is going to be that parliamentarians should hold their nerve, that what the Prime Minister wants is a bit more time to be able to undertake what are now pretty crucial but delicate negotiations with the EU to try to make sure that we can sort out the problem with an unlimited backstop, which is what Parliament very clearly said to her 2 weeks ago is needed in order for Parliament to support the deal. So that work is underway and the Prime Minister needs a bit more time.
You use the word delicate. You imply that there is something happening right now. And yet one after another, we hear the key people in the EU saying very clearly, and Michel Barnier is the most recent to say this only yesterday after he met the Brexit Secretary Steve Barclay, we are not going to reopen the withdrawal agreement.
Well, this is a negotiation and it would be an extraordinary outcome if the thing that the backstop is seeking to avoid, which is a hard border in Northern Ireland, if the EU were so determined to be completely intransigent about it that they actually incur the very thing that they're seeking to avoid by pushing the UK into a position where we leave without a deal at the end of March. So it seems to me that the EU do need to look very carefully at this. It's now extraordinarily clear to everybody what Parliament will support.
Yes, you may believe that, but it is not what is being said at the moment.
No, but as I say, that's a negotiation. People say all sorts of things.
You see, they're not saying they're negotiating on the withdrawal agreement. They're saying they're not going to reopen it. Now, do you accept that it's not going to be reopened? I mean, perhaps there might be changes elsewhere in the political declaration.
What Parliament has been very clear about is that it will support the Prime Minister's deal, provided the UK can't be held in a backstop against our will permanently. That's the problem that we're trying to solve. There are two work streams underway to try and address that. One is looking at alternative arrangements being led by Steve Barclay, the Brexit Secretary, and the other is being led by the Attorney General, which is seeking to time limit or have some form of unilateral exit for the UK.
We know all of that. I'm just trying to take stock of where we are right now. Now, either we're in a position where there's a denial of reality because what the government is saying is so different to what the EU is saying, or the government is actually doing what its critics believe has been the case all along, which is running down the clock, getting to the point where it is the prospect of no deal is so frightening that people will just have to vote for this deal.
No, what the Prime Minister is doing is exactly what she has said she is doing, and that is working closely to find a solution so that Parliament can support her deal. And that will be a good deal, ensuring that we leave the EU, but that we also protect jobs and our economy. It'll be good for the UK and good for the EU. There is this one further final hurdle that we have to get through, and the Prime Minister is working flat out to make sure that we can do that.